Welcome everyone to Monday Morning Morons for January 28, 2019. For those that don't follow me on Minds, I apologize for the unexpected 2-week break. We had a couple winter storms that knocked out power on both weekends, so I couldn't record a video. Seems Mother Nature and Old Man Winter got together and decided to piss in my Cheerios. But we're back now, so let's dive right into the stupid. What's up first, Bob? Professor goes after Covington kid and smiling face of whiteness. Nope. Not doing it. This Covington shit show has been all over the news for far longer than it ever should have been already. The facts are, some kids wore red hats. Some activists got all butthurt about it and tried to spin a tale of woe and oppression and systematic racism, etc. by selectively clipping a video to show how evil the white boys are. It backfired because we saw the whole video, which actually shows the story is exactly the opposite of what was portrayed, and to no one's real surprise, all of the mainstream media got their asses handed to them because they didn't bother to do their fact-checking before running about like good little sheep and condemning all white people and hating on Trump. I mean, I have nothing else to say about any of this shit except, yeah, that figures. I mean, at this point, is anyone really surprised by any aspect of this shit? I mean, really? The boogeyman the extremists have been railing about for the last 2 years simply doesn't exist. We all know it. So they manufacture one by lying, and the dutifully stupid activists pretending to be journalists fell for it as usual. There is nothing here at all that surprises me. This is exactly what I've come to expect. This is why you can't believe what the bobbleheads on the boob tube tell you. They lie. They've been lying, and they will continue to lie. If you want truth, you have to dig for it yourself. They aren't going to show it to you. They are partisan hacks now, not journalists. Moving on. Minnesota lawmakers mandate gender identity implicit bias training for teachers. Of course they do. A cadre of 5 Democratic Minnesota state senators is seeking to amend state education statutes in order to mandate so-called cultural competency training for teachers. Senate File 289 states the training is one that promotes self-reflection and effective interaction with people of different cultures, and includes discussion on all of the following: racial, cultural, and socioeconomic groups, American Indian students, implicit bias, systemic racism, gender identity, including transgender students, sexual orientation, language diversity, and individuals with disabilities. The Minnesota Sun reports new teachers in the state would need the training before being certified and current teachers for license renewal. You see what's happening here, right? What we have right now is a whole lot of early 20s college graduates who majored in bullshit whining, meaning they aren't qualified to do anything except teach bullshit whining. Solution? Let's create some jobs for them doing exactly that by mandating that everyone takes classes in bullshit whining. Apparently, this is the Democratic jobs plan in action. How does one become qualified to teach one of these classes? Well, of course, by attending one of these classes. Poof! You're now an expert on diversity, inclusion, sexism, racism, oppression, etc. Yay! Now I'm totally qualified to tell everyone else how racist and bigoted they are. But not me. I took the class. Morons creating more morons. What a business plan. The bill also makes it mandatory to teach 8 to 12-year-old kids about sexual consent, which I'm not even going to touch on that, you fucking pedophiles. They're kids, you disgusting fuckheads. By your own laws, they can't consent anyway. Quit trying to change that. We're not going to let you molest kids, you sick fucks. All right, Bob, move on before I get mad. School's harassment policy forbids offensive jokes, cartoons, posters. Oh boy. More anti-free speech shit. This'll be good. All right, let's have it. What's your policy say? Southeastern Louisiana University's discrimination and harassment policy states that prohibited conduct that can be considered harassment includes offensive jokes, posters, cartoons, and drawings. The school defines harassment broadly to include both verbal and nonverbal conduct that need not have intent to harm, does not have to consist of repeated incidents, and it need not be directed against a specific individual or group of individuals. Holy ball gags, Batman! Can you be any more vague? You've quite literally just banned any speech at all. Under this policy, if I made a poster that simply says, hello, and anyone feels offended by it, I am now harassing that person. You've explicitly removed intent of the speaker from consideration and placed all determination of guilt on the accuser. That is literally backwards. Southeastern University students, if any of you are listening, show them how fucked up this policy is. Seriously, the best way to get them to fix this shit is to bury them in complaints. I mean, file a harassment complaint about everything. Every poster posted by anyone for anything. Any joke, no matter how funny or who said it. Any cartoon. I don't care what it was about. Complain about all of it because you are offended. I suspect you're going to quickly find that they are going to selectively enforce this policy on only the things they don't like. Well, rules are a double-edged sword. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, so to speak. If they can claim harassment about literally anything, then so can you. This is the most sweeping and intentionally vague policy I've ever heard of. I can't believe anyone thinks this shit is a good idea. But if they do, quickly show them just how utterly fucking ridiculous it is. Alright, Bob. Toxic masculinity time. California woman who allegedly tried to drown her baby at McDonald's pleads no contest. A California woman charged with trying to drown her own baby after giving birth at a McDonald's restaurant pleaded no contest to child endangerment Monday. Sarah Lochner, 26, of Redwood City, faces up to 4 years in prison, KPIX-TV reported. Lochner was a cashier at a McDonald's in Redwood City when she went to the bathroom and gave birth during her shift on September 4, 2017. A co-worker who went to check on Lochner found a newborn boy face down in the toilet bowl with Lochner's hands on his back, prosecutors said. The co-worker said they heard the toilet flush, but Lochner asked them not to call the police. Police were called and found the boy had no pulse and wasn't breathing. He was taken to a hospital and after a medically induced coma, he survived. Lochner claimed she had no idea she was pregnant. She was charged with attempted murder, but pleaded to the lesser charge. She is slated to return to court on May 3rd for sentencing. Oh, Bob. You tried to stump me again, didn't you? You were thinking, no way this could be toxic masculinity because there's no man in the story, weren't you? Well, you silly fool, you forgot about the baby. It was a boy. And we all know that toxic masculinity is an inherent trait in all men, so this newborn infant was already toxic. Most likely popped right out and demanded poor Sarah here get back in the kitchen and make him a sandwich or something. Just by being born, he was oppressing her. I mean, why else would he choose to be born to a woman who was being forced to work in the capitalist patriarchal system just to survive? And let's not forget, she totally didn't even know she was pregnant. So clearly she was raped at some point several months ago and doesn't remember it either because she was so traumatized or because she was drugged and can't remember anything. So obviously there's some horrible rapist out there roaming around scot-free while the patriarchy takes all its oppressive anger out on this poor innocent woman. Pfft, this wasn't attempted murder, Bob. It was just a post-birth abortion. Her body, her choice, right? Besides, she failed anyway. The boy survived. And I'm sure when he grows up in foster care and hears all about how mommy tried to kill him the moment he was born, he'll be super well adjusted. Now then, give us something funny to wrap it up. Man caught on video licking house's intercom system for hours. What? Oh, brother. A California man is facing charges after he was caught doing something bizarre at a home in Salinas early Saturday morning. Robert Arroyo, 33, was caught on surveillance video licking a homeowner's intercom system for hours, the Salina Police Department told Fox News. The footage appears to show Arroyo repeatedly licking the system on the home's front porch while staring into the camera. The homeowner, Sylvia Dungan, told KION that she was out of town at the time of the licking, but that her children were home. They were notified by the surveillance system when it detected movement near the front door. I thought, boy, there's a lot of traffic. I go, 5 in the morning? My son doesn't get home until 6. Well, who the heck is that, Dungan asked. She added that you kind of laugh about the situation because technically he didn't do anything. Authorities said they recognized Arroyo from the footage and that he's now facing misdemeanor charges of prowling and violation of probation. He's also facing a charge of theft after police accused him of stealing Christmas light extension cords from the Salinas home. Police forwarded their report to the Monterey County District Attorney's Office. Well, there you have it. That is toxic masculinity for you. Guy spends hours licking your speaker, then steals some extension cord. That patriarchal bastard. That's it for this week, folks. Remember the social justice mantra: women are victims, men are oppressors, and feminism is just about equality. I'll see you all next time.